For 30 years, creatine was sold to one person, a young guy in a gym. So if you're a woman in your 40s, no one ever told you that the same supplement might be one of the most useful tools for the exact things you're dealing with right now. The brain fog that rolls in by mid-afternoon, the strength that's quietly slipping, the mood that swings without warning, and the recovery that takes longer than it used to. Here's what's changed. Researchers finally started studying creatine in perimenopausal and menopausal women. And what they're finding is genuinely surprising. In the next few minutes, I'll walk you through what creatine really does, why this life stage makes it more relevant, not less, and exactly how to use it. Let's start with what's actually happening in perimenopause, because it explains everything that follows. Perimenopause is the runway before your last period, often a stretch of several years, when estrogen and progesterone stop being predictable and start fluctuating, sometimes dramatically. And estrogen isn't just a reproductive hormone, it's woven into how your muscles respond to exercise, how your bones hold their density, and how your brain manages energy and mood. So as estrogen declines, a few things happen at the same time. Your muscle becomes less responsive to the signals that normally build and protect it, which means you can start losing strength and lean mass even when your routine hasn't changed at all. Meanwhile, your brain, one of the most energy-hungry organs in your body, is navigating those same hormonal shifts, right alongside the disrupted sleep and rising stress so many women describe in this window. That combination is a big part of why brain fog becomes a household word in your 40s. Here's the key idea. So many of these symptoms, fading strength, slower recovery, mental static, low mood, trace back to energy. How well your muscles and your brain can produce and regenerate energy on demand. And that is exactly the system creatine supports. So what is creatine? Let's clear up the myths first. Creatine is not a steroid. It's not a hormone. It's not a stimulant. It's a compound your body already makes, mostly in your liver and kidneys, and that you already eat, mainly in red meat and fish. About 95% of it is stored in your muscles. Think of creatine as a rechargeable battery for your cells. Your cells run on a molecule called ATP, the actual currency of energy in the body. When a cell needs a fast burst of power, like a muscle contraction or a spike of mental focus, it burns through ATP quickly. Creatine, stored as phosphocreatine, helps regenerate that ATP almost instantly. More creatine means a bigger, faster charging battery. Now here's the part that matters most for perimenopause. That other 5% of your body's creatine lives largely in your brain. Your brain is enormously energy demanding, and it uses this exact same energy system. On average, women carry lower creatine stores than men to begin with. Add in that estrogen appears to influence the body's own creatine metabolism, and you get a situation where some women may be running on lower reserves at precisely the moment their muscles and brain could use more support. Let's talk about what the studies actually show. On muscle and strength, this is the most established benefit. Creatine, paired with resistance training, consistently helps preserve and build muscle. And in perimenopausal and postmenopausal women specifically, recent trials have linked it to improved strength and body composition. On the brain, studies, including in women and in people who are sleep-deprived, suggest creatine can support cognitive performance, especially when the brain is under stress. On bone, when combined with exercise, creatine has been studied for bone health in postmenopausal women, with some trials showing improvements in certain bone strength properties. And on mood and sleep, some of the newest research in menopausal women has connected creatine to better mood stability and sleep quality. Now the responsible caveat: creatine is not a hormone therapy, and it will not treat perimenopause. A lot of this research is still early. But here's why it's worth your attention anyway. Creatine has one of the deepest safety records of any supplement ever studied. It's inexpensive, and it targets several of these systems at once. Let's make this concrete. See if any of this sounds like you. You walk into a room and completely forget why. Words you know sit just out of reach. By 3 in the afternoon, your brain feels like it's wading through fog. Your strength is quietly slipping. The weights that felt easy last year feel heavier now. Recovery drags. Your mood feels flatter or swings more. Fatigue lingers even after a full night's sleep. Now, I want to be careful here. Creatine is not a treatment for any of these symptoms, and every one of them can have multiple causes. Thyroid issues, iron deficiency, sleep disorders, and clinical depression are all real and worth ruling out with a clinician. So please don't self-diagnose from a symptom list on the internet, including this one. But here's the pattern worth noticing. So many of these complaints circle back to energy. How well your muscles and brain generate it. Okay, the practical part. If you want to try creatine the way the research supports, here's how. 1. Keep it simple. Use creatine monohydrate. 3 to 5 grams a day, every day, taken consistently. You don't need fancy forms, and you don't need to cycle on and off, that's a myth. 2. Timing barely matters. Take it whenever you'll actually remember. With a meal is fine. After a workout is fine. Consistency beats clever timing every single time. 3. Pair it with lifting. This is the big one. Creatine's muscle and bone benefits show up most clearly when you're strength training. 2 to 3 sessions a week is a realistic, powerful start. The supplement amplifies the work. It doesn't replace it. 4. Prioritize protein. Aim for roughly 1.2 to 1.6 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day, spread across your meals. 5. Protect your sleep and manage stress because poor sleep worsens fog and recovery all on its own. And on quality, look for plain, third-party tested creatine monohydrate with no proprietary blends hiding the dose. The cheap, boring version is the best studied version. Ignore the advanced and the for women marketing. Creatine is creatine. One important safety note. If you have any kidney condition, or you're pregnant or breastfeeding, or you take regular medications, talk to a practitioner before starting. So here's where this leaves you. Creatine isn't a magic fix. Nothing is. But it's one of the rare tools that's cheap, deeply studied, low risk, and aimed at several of the systems that shift during perimenopause all at once. If you've spent years assuming creatine wasn't for you, the research of the last few years politely disagrees. If you're ready to try it, we've linked our practitioner-grade creatine monohydrate in the description. Simple, third-party tested, and the same form used in the research. Start with 3 to 5 grams a day, pair it with your strength training, and give it a few weeks. We're the OptiBliss Optimal Team, and we're here to help you understand what your body actually needs. Take good care of yourself, and we'll see you in the next one.